All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just My Thoughts. So, this is the second episode. I actually enjoyed the first one. I haven't gotten any comments yet but on what you guys thought. But anyway, I figured, I just finished doing a crisscross video. And so I'm already hooked up. So, why not just do a video for my page? So, I'm going to do this story. This story is. Oh, it's a long title, but it's 27-year-old female, have romantic and confused feelings for my coworker, 30 female. Ooh, lesbian stuff. We have more or less been living together since Cody. I don't have to censor myself now. I can say the word cooties. COVID. We have more or less been living together since COVID started, and she is openly gay. I don't know if I am, and I am terrified I will lose my only friend if I mess this up. So that's the opening right there. Just kind of grabs your attention. 2 girls? I like it. Typical male stuff. But anyway, I'm going to read this one and we'll see how it goes. See what advice I can give them. Some backstory. I was engaged for 3 years to my ex, 34 male, up until late 2018. He was a terrible and abusive person that screwed me up. I graduated from a good university with an engineering degree and even had a great job lined up, but stupidly decided to follow him to the middle of nowhere. I quickly realized I was trapped, and it took almost 2 years before I finally managed to get the courage to leave. Last year, I got an entry-level position at a tech company, hard when you have no experience for 3 years, and moved away from my parents. My mentor was someone I will call Laura, who to me is one of the most beautiful, strongest, smartest, and nicest people I have ever met. We ended up becoming close friends pretty quickly. I still cringe about it, but I told her about my previous relationship and how badly it damaged me. She introduced me to her friends and constantly invited me to do things outside work. It was probably the first time I have had a friend since university. After COVID started and we all had the WFH, she invited me to work together with her at her home office instead of being confined to the suffocating bedroom I am renting. We have been working side by side since then. It had slowly become more than just work. We go jogging in the morning, we would take turns making lunch and dinner, or doing it together. After work, we would play games, TV, etc. She constantly reassured me that I wasn't being a pest, and she constantly insisted that I come over. I was getting butterflies when I would see her, like a teenager, and I felt depressed when I wasn't around her. For the last few months, I have been struggling with my feelings. I don't really know. I still find men attractive, but at the same time, Laura makes me feel the same way. I will be honest, there have been times where I thought about kissing her, but I am terrified and confused. I am terrified that if she rejects me, it's going to destroy our friendship. My other issue is that at work, she has seniority over me, and I am terrified if I am just reading into everything too much. This weekend, we went to her family's cottage, just the 2 of us. We shared a bed, and she asked me if I had ever considered being in a relationship with a woman. I hesitated a lot, and then she immediately changed the subject. Since then, I have been panicking. I took the day off, saying I was sick. She pretty much insisted on marching over and taking care of me, but I asked her not to try and figure out my thoughts. But I don't know. I talked to my mom today, who gave me a completely different perspective and told me that I am not gay and I am just becoming overly attached because of what I went through. And I am terrified of losing my close bond with Laura if she starts seeing someone. I guess what I'm asking is, what do I do? I don't really have anyone else to ask right now. Thank you all. I am going to tell her now. I pray it goes the way I hope it will. Update. I told her I would be open to a relationship with a woman, and we kissed, and it was fine. However, she wants to take things very slowly. We are going to have a date this week. She also wants me to sort out my feelings and make sure this is really what I want. She also told me that dating a woman is completely different than being with a man. She told me she doesn't want to rush into anything, as I am confused by dating someone with my same gender. She also told me to think long and hard about this. She pointed out that she knows my family is quite religious and asked what would I do if they rejected the idea of me dating a woman. She also said for now we need to keep this silent. During work hours, We need to be 100% professional and focus on work among other things, which I agreed with. She also said if I am unable or uncomfortable with things like intimacy, being seen with another woman, etc., would be a deal breaker. However, she said if I do realize I am not bi, then we can just stay friends and just keep doing what we've been doing for a while, and it would be fine with her. I'm a big mess of different emotions right now. So thank you, Reddit, for giving me the final push to confess. I have feelings for my gay single coworker, and after basically living with her for the past 6 months or so, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I am terrified. Okay, take a seat on the justice couch. All right, well, there's really not much for me to say here, except kudos for actually working up the courage to actually tell her how you're feeling. The fact that she asked you if you ever thought being with a woman was basically her telling you that she was interested in you. So she understood that you were kind of unsure and she felt your awkwardness, which is why she moved on and changed the subject. Working with a person, especially a superior, and then being in a relationship with them is kind of, it's dangerous territory, you know? However, since you both have talked it out like adults, which is something that you should do, I agree. Keep it 100% professional at work. And if you guys do decide to move into that relationship, move in the relationship direction, do what you're doing now. Keep that communication open, be honest with each other, and figure out what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. She's already said that if you're ashamed to represent that you're bisexual or a lesbian in public, then she doesn't want that. She doesn't want to be your dirty little secret. So have that conversation with yourself and move forward. And if nothing else, you got a great friend. So that's all I got. That's just my thought. Let me know what you guys thought of the story and what you think that she should or shouldn't do. All right. So that's all we have for this episode. This one was a little longer than the last one, but that's okay. I will see you guys in the next episode. And just remember, anything that you do, do it justice.